Hello, everyone.
Hi, David.
Hey, Ronnie. We'll give folks a few more minutes and we'll go ahead and start here. Okay, well, it looks like we're starting to roll in here. Let me make sure that I can share my screen. Can you guys see this?
Yes. That's better.
Oh, great. Oh, where did that happen there? Well, okay, well, it looks like we have a nice gathering. So thank you guys for joining us. I asked Megan to coordinate this for us as a town hall. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this was because I know not everybody gets an opportunity to come to PAS. And we definitely want to get everybody's input and keep everybody informed because there's a lot of things that are happening in the NKC. And so this is really an opportunity to communicate, and it's an opportunity for you guys to ask questions, and for us from a board perspective to communicate to you guys where we are and what we're thinking about our organization. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to make it relatively brief to make sure we have enough time for questions. So first, we all should be very, very thankful to Matt, Michelle, Megan, and Makako, the 4 M's, that over the last 3 years have really done an amazing job on our website. So go and take a look. There's new stuff all the time. So keep taking a peek at that periodically. If you're on Twitter, please follow us on Neonatal Kidney. And so with that, we're going to go forward. So for those of you guys who were at PAS, I hope that you guys had as inspiring and wonderful meeting as I did. It was a huge success for neonatal nephrology. I gauge the field a little bit on what happens at PAS. And I could tell you that, just 10 years ago, there was a couple of abstracts here and there. They were floated through either neonatal electrolytes or through pediatric nephrology. There's now there was now 2 whole sections of abstracts. There was 2 oral abstract presentation sessions, probably somewhere in the order of 50 total abstracts submitted on neonatal nephrology. There was a pre-course. There was a that was attended by many of us. There was a session on chronic kidney failure in the neonate, and lots of other things sprinkled throughout the meeting. And I think it's very likely that this would have happened at some point. I want to believe, and I do firmly believe that the Neonatal Kidney Collaborative has been a big catalyst in setting the tone on how to do things, as well as in our collaborative spirit, and has really, and we could measure that by the productivity of the field at the PAS. So for those of you guys who may not know, we now have an official set of bylaws that have been signed, sealed, and approved by the members of the Neonatal Kidney Collaborative Board. Our mission has not changed over the last 3 years, but now we have a set of bylaws. And with the bylaws, we have now officially made ourselves an official 501c3 nonprofit organization. The main reason that we chose to do this is because we felt like there was certain things that we are not able to do without having 501c3 status. And so in order for us to grow and get into the next level of where we want to be of really fulfilling our mission and vision, we felt like we had to develop a 501c3. With it, I can tell you, comes a lot more paperwork. It comes things like taxes and bank accounts, but it also has things like the ability to ask for money from industry. It adds the ability to propose our own grants, perhaps. It comes with the ability to take fees for members. It comes with the ability to solidify ourselves in many ways. So we think it's the right direction for us. It will bring some new challenges to bear. The other thing that's very important for everybody to know is that we now have officially elected some officers. So I have been serving as president, but now there is an executive board that includes Jennifer Charlton, who's vice president, and David Slutsky, who's secretary treasurer. My intention and the intention of the board is that in 2 years, Jennifer Charlton will take over as president, and I'll move to past president, and Dave Slutsky will move to vice president, opening up another spot as in the executive team. Megan Reagan continues to be a wonderful administrator, and she does a ton of work behind the scenes to make sure that we're coordinated, that we're collaborating, that things are smooth. And so please reach out to any of us or reach out to us through the NKC email if you have anything that you believe that we need to know about or that you need. We continue to have a set of board members that you see here. These are our original board, and they now continue to be members that have done a tremendous job of getting us to where we are. I want to thank every one of them deeply for their passion and work that they've done. And we will continue to evolve this membership, because we do recognize that one of the positive or negative benefits of becoming a board member is that many of these people have now become chairs of divisions and departments. And so these board seats have a lot of influence, perhaps. But what it also means is that we need to continue to evolve, getting new members into our board. And so we have a plan to do that. One of the things that the group has agreed to is that Carolyn and Ronnie Carolyn and Maroon have agreed to step off of the board. They will be joining and being the founding members of our emeritus board, which will open up 2 positions for new board members. If you or anybody you know is interested, or you believe that someone out there would serve well on this board, please let us know. There's applications that are going to be opening up very, very soon. And we expect that by the end of the summer, we will be voting on our next 2 board members. At that point, so more information will be coming out about that membership process and about the voting process that will occur. So the other thing that we did that is really going to set ourselves in the right directions for the upcoming years is we really sat and thought about who we are, what we're doing, and made sure that we are aligned on our strategic goals. So you can see here the strategic goals. Goal 1 is to advance the understanding of the neonatal nephrology field. Goal 2 is to enrich the value of the NKC membership. Goal 3 is to develop sustainable infrastructure for the NKC to succeed. And goal 4 is to support the growth and development of its members. Everything that we do throughout the NKC is likely going to fit within one of these 4 goals. And one of the things that we have looked at is our needs and our opportunities that are going to be essential for us to continue to evolve and to continue to move this field forward. And we have highlighted them here. I'm not going to read them, but we will certainly share this slide deck for anybody who wants to look at these in closer in a closer way. But here's the 5 bullet points that we have outlined for goal 1. I guess I can highlight them real quick. We really want a comprehensive resource library. We've started that, and we need to continue to grow that. We want to continue learning sessions for folks. We will likely end up with multiple types of learning sessions, not only didactic-like learning opportunities, but things about development as careers, development in research. We want to enhance the opportunities for research and collaboration, advocate for the neonatal nephrology field, and engage in families, because we need to know what we need to know from them, what they need, and we need to communicate to them what to expect in their children. We want to enrich the value of membership. The town hall we're having today is partly as a consequence to this goal. We want to make sure that we're listening to you so that you are able to tell us what you need from us, how we can make this membership valuable to you. So we're working to optimize communication so that we have two-way engagement with each other from membership and leadership. Develop opportunities for leadership, mentorship, and professional development. You've heard about opportunities that we have now for board seats. We also have a couple of co-chair opportunities, and we're working hard with each of our committees to develop leadership opportunities within their committees for different projects. We're working to provide access to comprehensive education libraries, seminars, and education sheets, opportunities for collaboration, and we're hoping that soon we'll be able to establish pilot and feasibility awards that can be applied for and funded through the NKC. I talked a little bit about our infrastructure. We are working towards operating procedures. We now have a bank account. We now have a 501c3. We have budgets to work on. We have to consider, raising money for to achieve the goals that we want to have for ourselves. Again, talking about leadership opportunities, and then we want to make sure that we're promoting diversity and inclusion across all aspects of our organization. And we need to support our members. We recognize that in order for us to continue to thrive, we have to have trainees and young faculty throughout all our committees. We've done talk a little bit about the 6-2 crew. We're going to continue to work with that. Our first 6-2 crew has graduated, and we're now taking applications. We're going to expand our leadership tree, as I mentioned, enrich the board with members that are not necessarily scientific members. That's we're planning for that to occur next year. And then acknowledge and highlight the work within the field and within the NKC. So we are now taking donations. If you or someone that has lots and lots of money, or just a little bit of money, that wants to, kind of believes in the mission, believes in kind of what we're doing, with your support, we'll be able to make an even greater impact in the field of neonatal nephrology. And so we're working towards a goal to be able to develop enough funds to sustain us for the couple of years forward. So you'll be hearing more about this, but if you have an opportunity or are considering what the NKC has done for you or what it potentially can do for your patients, please consider donating. So I mentioned leadership positions, 2 new board members. There's now an opening for a co-chair of the advocacy committee. There's an opening for the co-chair of the education committee. And we're looking for someone who's very savvy in social media to act as our liaison for our board, as well as for our committees. So if you're interested or know someone that may be a great leader that you think would fit our group, please let us know. I mentioned the 6-2 crew. So the 6-2 crew was the idea of Michelle Starr, and her and Matt Hare have really done an incredible job working with these 8 young fellows and residents to get them engaged and involved in neonatal nephrology space. These are our leaders of the future, and so we have a commitment to help them. If you are a trainee that you know are interested in the field of neonatal nephrology, this is a great way to network. This is a great way to get engaged with the research, education, and advocacy committees. It is not very laborious. It is something that they can add to their CV. And so please let us know, and you can apply at our website. The education committee, you can see here on the left, the members. This has been led by Allison Kent and Jennifer Jatan. Some of the benefits include the articles of the month, recorded presentations that continue to grow. So if you haven't had a chance to look at those, go take a look at our website. We've hosted some journal clubs. There's a growing resource library and educational session in 2022. Again, if you are interested in helping, we're looking for folks that can be liaisons to the 6-2 crew from the education committee. We're also working and have an opportunity for someone to lead the article of the month, to help coordinate a paragraph or 2 from the hottest article on neonatology of the month. So let us know if you want to get involved. So the research committee has now been transitioned. The co-chairs are now Matt Hare and Michelle Starr. Ronnie and Jennifer Charlton have done an incredible job of really creating lots of branches and having tons of engagement within this committee. And there's lots of benefits to its members. So if you're interested in participating, we're opening up what's called the RINC. So the RINC is an incubator for neonatal nephrology ideas. And you can see our cool logo at the bottom. It stands for Research Incubator in Neonatal Kidney Disease. We're working to articulate exactly what we're going to be doing, but what will be essentially happening is 3 yearly meetings. 2 will be live and 1 will be virtual. We're hoping that our first meeting will be in fall of 2023. And the idea for this is that it's a place where you could foster and expand research collaborations on not only topics related to AKI and fluid overloaded, but any neonatal nephrology topic. We're going to develop working groups, and we'll have systems in place where everybody can be involved, and so that we can foster ideas and really get people opportunities for collaboration and engagement. So think about your next bright idea and consider bringing it to the incubator. So if you're interested in joining or participating with the research team, submit some investigator-driven studies. If you have access to databases that you feel could be massaged and tweaked with statistical and mentorship from others, please let us know. And again, we'll be communicating the how and when the RINC is going to happen over the coming months. The advocacy committee has been led by Trent Triple and Kimberly Reddy. We are working to develop a family council. So be on the lookout for opportunities to get your families engaged. If you have families that have been affected by neonatal kidney disease, We're looking to kind of get their voice. We're looking to get them engaged throughout all aspects of our committees. They have done some incredible work partnering and communicating to the NIH and the NICHD to try to encourage them to share important kidney outcomes and research. There's a paper in process on how to best measure kidney outcomes in non-kidney studies. They've been really instrumental in submitting neonatal nephrology proposals to the PAS, the AAP, and other meetings. So they've done an incredible job of getting us to the point where we're knocking on people's doors and saying, hey, baby kidneys are important too. And some of the opportunities for leadership in the advocacy committee include leadership of the family council, as well as liaison to the 6-2 crew. So if you have ideas on how we could better advocate for neonates with kidney disease, please let us know. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the presentation and really open it up for any comments from or questions from any of the members. And if there's any board members that are on that want to add to anything that I've said, please do so now. Well, I see so many people have so many questions. Which should we take first? Well, I may have to call on people. Okay, I'll pose a question. So if we were to be successful a year from now to help you be successful, what does the NKC need to do? What are the things that are essential for you to grow, for you to expand, for you to participate, for you to better care for your patients, for you to better educate your residents, for you to better advocate for your patients? What can we be doing better?
Hi, nice to meet you again, Dr. Ashkenazi. I'm Joe Duara at the University of Miami. Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Hi. I'm a neonatologist at the University of Miami. I work where Dr. Ball works, and so I'm familiar with the NKC and everything that you've done so far. And it's been really wonderful resource for neonatologists in particular because so many of these databases and studies are just not in our purview. And one thing I also do basic science research, and what I've realized is that there aren't clear standards as to how we are commonly defining even basic things like CKD or fluid management strategies. And without, asking for too much, like more publications to define it, are there common understandings amongst the nephrologists that we can use as kind of a guideline of terms, so that all of our research and questions begin to look a little bit more homogenous so that we can get real answers?
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I think that's a great suggestion. I think that's something we can certainly pull together and try to articulate, what we as a society believe are the common terms, or common definitions for things. So thank you, Joe. It's a great suggestion.
David, I have a question about RINC.
Sure.
Are you envisioning it that people come with a decently fleshed out proposal, or more of a, hey, I was wondering about this question and how it might relate to something else, and can people help me figure this out?
Yeah, I think that the idea is, one is to bring people together to kind of have those conversations, so that if you have an idea on, I'm just making it up, right? If you have an idea on kidney stones, hey, I want to know more about kidney stones in neonates. Okay, well, let's put you in it with a team so that as a group, you could really try to iron out, well, what are those essential questions? How do we answer them? How do we work together? What are the essential elements to get to the answer to that question? So I think so that's the broad answer. I think the direct answer to you is that probably all of those. So I think it's if we do it right, it'll be an opportunity for you to come and participate. It'll also be an opportunity for you to come with an idea that maybe is halfway cooked and really kind of get it incubated and cooked, not only with fleshing out what is that exact question that you need to answer, but also how many sites are we going to need, how many people are going to need to do it, how many, how are we going to put together a database, who has access to urine. So those kinds of things is the idea. I don't know if Matt, you're involved as a research chair in this. Do you want to throw out any additional comments on how you envision the rink to kind of work? I don't know if Matt's Matt may be on a call. So did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I think, David, you might want to describe how a similar organization works within nephrology that Dave Selesky is started as a baseline and modified for NKC purposes. And Erin, you might be aware of it or not. And thanks, by the way, to the folks who responded to my chat. I was just curious whether we have a lot of neos, nephros, and where everybody is from. It's helpful to know. So sorry, David, do you want to describe what?
Sure, yeah, so it's really modeled after an organization called the PNRC. The PNRC is a little bit different than we are in that the PNRC is a pediatric nephrology research collaborative. All they do is research. We have a little bit of a broader scope, but essentially what they did, and they've evolved from a couple of centers coming together to collaborate on studies of rare glomerular diseases, to now really worldwide opportunities for people from anybody, from people from all over the world. And they now have industry partners, and there's industry that's funding their studies. So they've really kind of evolved from just a couple of people coming together to collaborate to now really a factory of studies. And essentially what happens there is that anybody can propose a topic. You have to come with the topic that's specific. With in our perspective, you'll have to have a neonatology and a nephrologist that kind of buy into the project together, and you're going to have more than one institution that buys into the project. But it's really, again, meant to come together, make suggestions, people develop priorities, and then the organization helps those things happen to the best of our ability. It's going to be an iterative process. We're going to learn a lot as we go. We're going to be able to, adjust and based on what we have available as far as support from administrative support, what funds we have available. We're hopeful that over time we'll be able to develop enough funds to support, things like a place to store the data, an administrator that can oversee the IRB process of it all, an epidemiologist or statistician that can do the data crunching, those types of things. We're going to start, we obviously got to start slow, and we're going to start with one project at a time, but the idea is that over the years it'll continue to grow and serve as our a fundamental place that's going to drive the research of neonatal nephrology across the world.
Yeah, I think it was named purposefully, an incubator is in its name, and I think that probably describes it to help incubate ideas that are at different stages, is my understanding of what the thought behind this is.
Great. I'd love to hear if anybody's thoughts on how you communicate to, how you teach residents about topics in neonatal nephrology, or how you teach fellows. Any thoughts on how we can help one another do that better?
Share Matt's slides.
Sharing slides. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you guys for being part of this this quick town hall. Again, the main thing that we want to convey to you guys is that we're evolving, we're growing, we're here as a board to serve you guys so that you could serve our broader mission. If we are just meeting and having conversations by ourselves, that doesn't really get to the heart of why we're here. And so thank you for this opportunity to talk to you guys. Please let us know if there's anything that we can do to facilitate your efforts in neonatal nephrology. If you're considering being part of this organization, send me an email or send any of our board members an email. And we hope that we continue to serve you well, so that this organization can continue to foster great work, great collaborations, great partnerships, great mentorship, so that that we can enhance the way we care for our babies and their kidneys.